Good morning, everybody. Lee Brower here, and welcome to this week's edition of Meaningful Monday. I am grateful to be here, and I am glad to be here. The next to last Sunday of the year is always one of my very favorite. You can guess why. It's a time of joy. It's a time of celebration. It's a time of remembering. It's a time of praising. It's a time of gratitude. You know, decades ago, researchers measured the effects of diet on the heart health of rabbits. And not surprisingly, rabbits that were fed fatty foods developed cholesterol problems. Does that surprise you? What will surprise you is that one group of rabbits had significantly better health outcomes. They had eaten the same foods as the other rabbits, but they had also been cared for by a particular researcher, one who happened to be an unusually kind and caring individual. She didn't just feed the rabbits, she talked to them. She cuddled them. She petted them. She didn't know she was altering the results. She was just being herself. Suddenly, this wasn't just an experiment about genetics and diet. These researchers were learning that relationships matter. A recent book just came out a couple of years ago, 2019, called The Rabbit Effect, cites these findings and concludes this. Ultimately, what affects our health in the most meaningful way has much to do with how much we treat one another and how we live and how we think about what it means to be human. Interesting. In other words, the rabbit effect could just as easily be called the human effect. So many today seem, as they interact with each other and online in person, as they're angry. Some are raging inside at the outside world, annoyed and impatient with people around them, and I think as well as with themselves. Even many who aren't openly hostile have simply become cold, distant, and impersonal. And we wonder why general health and happiness suffers, why peace and calm are so elusive. Far from the North Pole, at the edge of the Sonoran Desert, Secret Santa is about to do some of his best work ever. He's down on the San Carlos Apache tribal lands. If you ever watch CBS Sunday Morning, they did a special on him. Nobody knows who he is, but for years he's been giving away $30,000 in $100 bills to people that he seems needy. And he seemed to have a personal feeling and affinity for these American Indians on this Apache tribe. And as he went around handing out these dollars, and he was escorted, and it was just a wonderful sight to see. He keeps himself completely anonymous. But watching these people as they receive those $100 bills and how grateful they were. One mother crying, or maybe it was a grandmother, saying, now I can give my kids what they asked for Christmas, which was cat litter. How special. But you know, as special as their reactions were, not every one of them started crying, but you could tell they were so appreciative. But greater than that were the words that were said. If you listened, you would hear him say, do you know how beautiful you are? You are a beautiful spirit. You are an example to every mom. You are amazing. Yes, they were grateful to receive the money, but they valued the comments much more. Much more. Secret Santa says we could all make an equal impact using our wealth of words. You know, humans, perhaps even more than rabbits, need kindness and caring, affection, and love in order to thrive. No one can flourish in an atmosphere of contention and animosity. So much of it today. When we are kind, though, even if others don't return the favor, we carry a healthy inner peace, knowing we have generated light instead of heat. When we sincerely care for and about others, we spread compassion and helpfulness more freely throughout the world. And in the process, we create a healthier, happier environment for everyone. Peace on earth. If cuddling a rabbit can lower its cholesterol, imagine what can happen if we look around and reach out in simple, loving ways with our words and our hearts to people around us. That's the power of human kindness. Let's make that our gift this year. Ripples, we won't know how far they go, but let's develop that spirit of kindness, of looking at others without judgment, and spread this kindness throughout the world. Make this week a meaningful week. It's up to you. Be the light. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye.